What up, everybody? Welcome to CMECP Corner. My name is Paul Abernathy, and I am the CEO and founder of Electrical Code Academy Incorporated. And I'm also the founder of the CMECP program, which started, hard to believe now, it's been all the way back in, I believe, 2016 or 2017 that we started the CMECP program. And it's come a long way. It's been quite a few changes in the program. And so we wanted to kind of do a little bit of an update on the CMECP program, kind of give you a little bit of the what's going on with the program and how it's changed for those that may or may not be interested. Now, first of all, I'll tell you that if you've never heard of the CMECP program, it's because, again, I'm going to totally 100% blame myself. Because with all the things that I always have my hands in, it's been difficult for me to champion any one thing. And also, I will tell you, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you have any questions about the CMECP program or anything about it at all, please feel free to put it in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer the questions for you as I go over these updates. So I have my hands in a little bit of everything, and so sadly the CMECP program suffered from that. But just kind of wanted to give you a bit of an update on the program. So the program is what is the CMECP program? What is it all about? Well, the focus of the CMECP program, it's the Certified Master Electrical Code Professional program, and it's geared to elevate the master electrician to a higher level, to give them a more broader understanding of the National Electrical Code. It's also designed to test your skills, test your awareness of the National Electrical Code, because again, CMECPs are kind of, we want you to be champions for the program and out there and teach other people and expand it to others. So that's kind of what the CMECP program is all about. It's going to test your knowledge of the National Electrical Code at every level, whether it's calculations, whether it's the ability to convey it. And so that's why we've made some changes to the program. And so I want to kind of tell you about how that works. So if you're a master electrician out there and you're struggling with how to maybe stand out amongst the crowd, there's so many other electricians out there. There's so many people vying for business in your area. How do you stand out? Well, you elevate yourself. You target the fact that it's not being cocky, it's confidence, that you're a certified master electrical code professional. You understand the code, and you can apply the National Electrical Code, which is a minimum safety standard. I don't care what anybody says. They're probably in their 20s and 30s and they're very green. The reality is, you do have to have a solid understanding of the National Electrical Code. And so all the CMECP does is puts validation on that. You've already got the training, you've got the hands-on, you've already achieved the level of master electrician, because that's the only way you really get into our program. Once you're in the program, we will test your knowledge. Now, you can ask any of the CMECP candidates, you can ask any of the CMECP members. I don't filter that, anything like that. You can ask them any question. You'll know who they are. They'll have the CMECP acronym after their name. And again, I encourage you to ask them what it was like going through the program. What did they learn? Those type of things. Now, there's other things that you get out of the program, but we're going to focus on the CMECP program in general. Hey, Oscar, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. So let's kind of talk about, again, CMECPs. So you've already met that mark. It should be the next stage that you aspire to after you've reached your journeyman's and you're working towards your master. Here's the beautiful thing. We also have an apprentice program that allows you as a journeyman, believe it or not, you can get in our program as a journeyman, use our program to help you prepare for your masters. So you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. And then once you get your master's, you can take all the information that you've learned in the CMECP program, and it automatically moves you to the final stages of the program, which is the proctored exam and then the essay. Now, that essay, we'll talk about that in a second, because that is a huge change for the CMECP program. Okay, huge change for the program. So I'm going to talk about that. But let's talk a little bit more about what the CMECP, why you need it. If you're owning your own business, you need to stand out, whether you put the logos on the side of your vehicles, on your business cards, whether you do like me, you see it's on my hat. However I promote myself, I'm always promoting the programs that I'm involved in. And as an electrician, I need a way. What's up, Schwartzy? Glad you could join us this morning. I'm always looking for a way to put myself out there as an electrician at a higher level, so that I'm not just one of those ones on different social medias that just a master electrician. When I came up with the CMECP program, the concept was, what do we do to elevate us? Okay, what do we do to elevate us beyond just being a master electrician? What is the goal? Because once we achieve that, is that it? Are we done? And so I don't believe that that's the case. So if you're a journeyman, we did set up a program. It's an apprenticeship program. And you get a little longer time than the normal master electrician would get. They get 6 months. The apprentice program gets a whole year. And you work through the program just like the masters would. The difference, the caveat to the apprentice program is that you have to be a master electrician by the end of a year. So typically I tell people that are journeymans that are studying for their masters, in the fast tracks program, it's about 90 days. So in the difference is in the CMECP program, there's a lot, the exam questions that are in the special folder, they're not optional. In the CMECP program, you have to do those. Every one of them. And you have to get an 80% or higher on every one of them. Okay. In fact, every exam requires you to get an 80% or higher. And you get a couple shots at it, but then, 2 shots. But after 2 shots, if you cannot score above 80, then you're out. You're out of the program. You can reapply, but you have to start from the beginning. Otherwise, it's not going to have any teeth in it, right? It's not going to have any bite to the program. So kind of the CMECP concept is to create something that allows you to stand out among other people. And that's what it's all about. So it's open to apprentices who want to get into the program, who are journeymen, and the real full-fledged program is open to master electricians. Okay. So how do you get there? Well, you go to cmecp.org, and I will kind of bring that up for you. And here's what it looks like right here. Here's the website. And again, you can read all the good stuff about the program. And there's the apprentice program, by the way, right here at the bottom. So you can go check that out. But there is so many things on here. Why become a CMECP? Okay, kind of gives you some of the history of why. What are the marketing edges? What are some of the benefits to being a CMECP? Then you can go over to what is our mission? And here you can kind of see what the mission is of being a CMECP, what our goals are, what we're trying to achieve in the program. One of the big things about it is time management, right? It's the ability to be able to structure your time and finish a program under a certain amount of stress. Now you can ask people like Jay has been through the program. He's at the final stage where he's doing the essays. Ask him what it was like. Okay. And Jay's a busy guy. So in order to be able to work this in his time, it's a real commitment to be finished in at least the online portion in a 6-month period. So there is that time factor that you have to be aware of. So there's people like Joe Bellatoni that have been through the program. Ask Joe what it was like, right? There's just, so many that have tried and many have failed. And I think that the failure part is not because it's tough, right? It's code. That's it. It's just code. But I think one of the big challenges for people is the 6 months. And you have to be diligent to get through the CMECP program. It is not like any other program out there. There's nobody that has a program like this anywhere. A lot of times you'll just go sit for a proctored exam and that's it. Okay, whether it's the IAEI certifications, that's it. With us, you already meet the prerequisite because you're licensed. You got a license. You're a master. So all we're doing is taking it to the next level. That's it. That's all we're trying to do with it. So here you'll see the vision, and then there are a bunch of member perks. Okay, let me go back here so you can get to the. So this is a member perks. You got to sign in to see the perks, but we can go down here and see what the benefits are. The little video. We give you a lot of discounts, okay, that you would normally, for stuff that you would normally buy. Well, if you use it, you're going to be able to get some serious discounts. And I think that's huge because, again, it can pay for any investment that you might make in the program. We're going to give it back to you. I use it for movie tickets, but there's totally tons. I bought a laptop through the program, and it was awesome. But that's not the only thing, right? Let's see here. So let's see here. You've got educational portal, which you have to log in to get to it. Now I'll go on and log in. And let's see here. And I'll show you the educational portal. Okay, so here's our portal, right? And in the portal, you'll see that there's a bunch of videos. There's leadership training courses. There's marketing training courses. Okay, and we're always adding more. But one of the key things with being a CMECP is leadership and how to market your business. We already know you're an electrician and you're already in the program learning to your knowledge of the code, but we want to give you more. And so that's why we give you the different programs, and we partner with Allison to be able to do this. And you've just got those resources that are there for you. So let me bring that back real quick. And let's see here. We'll go back up here and we'll go back to perks. And there's your member benefits. You can watch a little video. And then we go to perks. And then here's your perk program. Let's go. And here you're going to set up your account. You'll register. And this is where you're going to get access to all of your discounts, right? So many discounts in the program. So it's not like we're just getting in and you get CMECP, but you got discounts on movie tickets, electronics, dinner, places to eat, coupons, computers, so much more that are in here. And they're all available to the member. And here's where you register for the first time. If you're you're a CMECP, you're going to register and you get into our program. So again, that's just another perk, right? For being in the program. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I use it, but you don't have to. But it is one of those things that we want to give you another resource. So the education is there. We're always adding more. And so that's just some more benefits to you being a CMECP. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about the steps that you got to go through, because people do ask me. If you got any questions in the chat, feel free to pop them up there and I will answer them for you. So let me go back and see if I can get back here to, let me see if I can share this. Now let me go on and bring this up for you. Okay. So once you get back here, you have the application. Okay. And you see under here, there's an apprenticeship application as well, but this is the main application. It explains everything that's in here. It explains the associated fees, and that's for the processing. That's for us to do any checks on you to make sure your license is verified, that you are a master. If you prefer to do it by check or whatever, here's the address that you can send it to. But here's your processes, right? And it explains everything that you got to go through, right? So you have to maintain an 80% throughout the entire program. You have to get an 80% on the proctored exam or higher. Once you completed all those steps and you've passed everything online, and you've done it within the 6-month period, then what happens is you'll come to the final two stages. The final stage after the online part, that's the proctored exam. Now, the proctored exam is a lot tougher than you might think, but usually the people that fail in the program don't fail at the proctored exam. Where they fail is the time management thing. See, they actually run out of time for 6 months. That's what usually happens. Now, a couple of times we've had some students who have failed one of the units more than 3 times. Now you can only fail it twice, but it used to be 3 times. We have had a couple that have not been able to pass that, but they went back and started over, and they're in the middle of the program right now. They had to reapply. But again, if we didn't do all this, then really wouldn't have any teeth in the program. You know what I'm saying? It would just be a money grab. And it's not a money grab because we do not take everybody, right? We're just as content with you failing as we are you passing, although we want you to pass. We want you to succeed, right? But at the end of the day, it also has to mean something. And that's when I started it. Now, as you see that little R that's in the blinking CMECP, okay, that's our new neon. That means that it is a registered trademark. That means that it is protected by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. It is, and the phrase Certified Master Electrical Code Professional as well as the acronym are all protected, and they're for our members to use after their name, on their brochures, on their vehicle, anywhere that they want to promote themselves. Okay, this is what they'll do, and they'll use the acronym to do it, and that means they stand out amongst the crowd. Okay, and we at the corporate office will verify every person. So you give them the information, you give them the number, and they can actually contact us, and we will verify all of your training, all of the hours you spent in the program, everything to validate your CMECP status. Now, due to COVID, we have CMECPs. We have never yet initiated a renewal requirement. Typically, you renew every 2 years, but as many of them would say, Kenneth Hinkst, which is one of our CMECPs, who was one of the originals, we have never initiated a renewal. So if this was a money grab for all of the CMECPs, don't you think that every 2 years I would hit them up for renewal? We haven't done it yet. Okay, so my goal was to create a program that elevates the level and brings some credibility to a master electrician beyond just getting the license. I want you to continue your journey. I want you to be proficient in the code, and we're going to test you on it. That's what the CMECP is all about, right? All right, so kind of back here at the course, at the sign up, it explains everything here. So you have an initial $150 that you have to put up for the application. And then when you fill out this application, you'll notice that here's the steps. First, you have to do the buy now and submit your application fee. Then the next step is to fill out this information here. Okay, that's the next step. First step is to go on and submit your 150 application fee. Okay, which is states right here in step 1. Okay, so you would click this buy now, and here buy with PayPal. Everything is the fee. Okay, then you're going to come here and fill out all of this information for your application. All right, that's step 2. Okay, after that, within the next 7 to 14 days, we will reach out to you. Once you've paid your money for the application fee and you've provided your info, we'll start looking to make sure that you are indeed a master electrician. Or if you're in the apprenticeship program, you have an application that's separate for that. You follow the steps, okay? Just follow the steps and you'll get into the program, and then we'll make it available to you. Then we'll have what's called a introduction meeting over Zoom, where we'll meet with you and explain the programs, explain the expectations. All of that's done. It's recorded so that we have it on file. And all this stuff adds credibility to the program. It's not for everybody, okay? There's people out there that'll watch this, that'll leave and turn it off right away and say, well, look, I agree. It's not for everybody. But if you're savvy and you understand marketing, then you'll understand the benefits of it. And you just might be shocked at what you learn, because you're going to validate the same things that a fast track student would as you go through it. You're going to be validated. Here's the difference. The fast track students, we help. I will help you. If you get over a 70, I'm going to help you. In the CMECP program, I am not going to help you. I am not going to give you the answers if you don't get the 80%. Okay. And again, it's very limited. If you don't get 80% on a review and you take it again and you don't get 80%, it's going to lock you out and you're out. So there's stress there, right? But if you have that confidence, you shouldn't have any problem getting through the program at all. I think it's code, right? That's all it really is. So in the process, you go through everything as well. Also, remember, there is a members chat here where you can, there you go, there's Marty was on there. Todd Sheppers, who's a CMECP, he was on there. There's Kenneth, he was on there. So there is a chat that you can initiate if you have any questions. Feel free to initiate that on the website. There is a members only area. Okay, once you become a member, there's some of the members right there, okay, that have elected for their profiles to be public. Okay, you have an option. They don't have to be public if you don't want to. Now, William Butts is in here because I gave him access. He is not yet a CMECP. He's still got his proctored exam to go, but I went on and let him in because he did apply. Anybody else I would have declined, but I think that he's going to have no problem with his proctored exam, not his proctored exam, his essay, which brings me back to the changes. Okay, you ready? Also, I just want to show you that there is an equivalency program for any of you that aren't masters. Okay, so you hear me saying, okay, that you have to be a master. But you know what? Let me explain something. There are states that do not have master licenses. They have contractor's licenses. But there are also states that you have an engineer who has an emphasis on code, that we're going to establish what's called an equivalency. And we've done that. So don't think because you're not a master and you're in a state that doesn't have a master's license requirement, maybe they have a contractor's license, there is a path to becoming a CMECP. And that's important because if you're not a master, then you want to be able to convey to people that you're above the norm. And that's what a CMEC, it can just go that extra mile for you. So it can kind of bridge that gap, if you will. And we will validate all of it along that journey. Swartzy status is, I'm not on there yet. Soon, though, absolutely. I have no doubt that Swartzy will nail it and become a CMECP. I would love to have Swartzy in the ranks. I can't think of any better ambassador for the program than Michael. He epitomizes the type of person that we want as a CMECP. Okay, that type of thing. Again, we don't want just anybody. I don't care to get hundreds and hundreds and thousands of CMECPs. That was never the goal. The goal was to find that cream of the crop, the people that rise to the top, that want to take their knowledge to the next level. And you know what? As I've said, we have yet to ever charge any renewal for the CMECP program. Okay? And so we, at some point that may start, but I don't see a need for it right now. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I have the final decision. And so I haven't made any decision to initiate renewals yet. Okay? So, and I might never. Okay? And that's a beautiful thing. Just saves the CMECP money. Okay? Unlike other associations which don't deal with the National Electrical Code, but have the renewals and have all these other things. Well, as the program grows, the renewals helps fund it. And I remember telling you this, that I have been lax at promoting it. And I really did the program a disservice because I do wear a lot of hats. And I don't fundamentally promote things like I should. And that's me. Okay, I know my weaknesses. I know my problems. I know my downfalls. Don't think I'm naive to it. Trust me. I know plenty of problems that I have, so you don't need to remind me of my problems. I know which ones I have. So I'm more of a creator, and I need people to help carry it to the next level. So that's why I have to have great people on board. And I think Michael will be a great person. I think Jay will be a great person on board. Bill, when he comes on board, I think he'll be a great ambassador to the program. Marty Schumacher is a great ambassador to the program. Teaches code all over the country, puts the CMECP after his name. Joe Bellatoni, the same thing. There's just so many people. Todd, I just can't remember all of the CMECPs. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you all, and you all do a great service to promoting the program. And again, we only want the best, so I don't expect you to share it with everybody, because we don't want everybody in. I promise you that. We want the best of the best. That's what we want. But anyway, here's the equivalency. In case here, if you're an electrical inspector, an electrical plans examiner, there's a path for you. If you're a journeyman, okay, there's a path for you. Okay. If they don't have a master program in your state, there's a path for you. If you're an electrical engineer, there's a path for you. And there are certain people that get what's called a special exemption into the program, and they have an application they can apply for that. Now, let me explain special exemptions, because people ask me about that. There's two different types of special exemptions. One are those that are selected by our board of directors who have shown merit through the years of education and have been validated, and they might be extended a special exception. Some of our review board members have a special exception, like Marty Schumacher, special exception. That type of Jeff Harris, special exception, those type of things. Neil Burdick, special exceptions type of thing. And the reason for that is I went and stumped for them to the board that they have been proven credible and have been teaching codes for years, and I can validate their knowledge. And so I'm willing to put my name on the line for that. But that's people that have taught in the public domain, that have been either teaching for IAEI or whatever. And, we might extend other special invitations out to other folks. Now, whether they accept it or not, that's up to them. I don't really care. I'd love to have them. If we extend a special exception, then I would love for them to embrace that. For example, I'll give you a great example. I extended a special exemption to Vince Delacroce down in Florida, works for Siemens, and he declined. And that's okay. There are certain people that don't want to be associated with me, and I get it, and I'm okay with that. But you have to understand that the CMECP program, I'm trying to move away from it, and so I'll explain how I'm moving away. Okay, let me explain that to everybody. So let me explain. The process of the CMECP is application. Once it's approved, we have a one-on-one conference, right? And then it could be with me, it could be with Brittany. We have a one-on-one, and it explains to you what the program's about and what your expectations are. Then you start your program. You have 6 months to complete the online portion. That is to do all 19 units, do all 19 competency reviews. Then you have to do all 25 of the exams, okay? All of it has to be completed within 6 months, right? And you have to get 80% or greater on everything. Once you complete that, the clock stops. Now, you move on to the proctored exam. All right, so once you go through the proctored exam, and it's recorded and it's kept on the cloud and locally in a hard drive. In fact, let me show you real quick. Bear with me here. These right here, we have a bunch of these. These are 2 terabyte SSDs. And we have, this red one is the one that we keep all of the interviews from the CMECPs, as well as we store it in the cloud. Okay, so we have backups. And this is always here in case there's an audit. Okay, any employer wants to see that, verify that they did this or that, it's all right here. So we keep that secure. Oops, sorry about that. That's everything. So it's in the cloud and it's there. In fact, I think I shared one of the interviews actually with Jay Grunberg online. I think you can go find it, where he was okay with me sharing his initial interview. Jay didn't get cut any slack, especially in the program. He was not, asked Jay, he was not cut any slack at all in the program. So, and I think if you ask somebody like David Englehart, who's going through the program now, he's another person that's well known on social media. Ask David. He's going through it, and I guarantee you, David will tell you it's challenging. And it's as challenging as any exam would be, because you have to know what we're looking for when we ask the questions, okay? And it makes it tough. So it's not easy, but it wasn't designed to be easy, right? So David's going through the course right now. Jay, we're waiting on his essay. Bill is waiting on his essay. We have a couple other people that are going through the program. Just had somebody new join it yesterday. Still waiting for them to submit the application part. Or the pay the fees part. They did it backwards. They sent the application in and didn't do the fee. We can't start anything until the fee is paid. So if you're listening, got to start that part. But yeah, it's a challenge. But that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a challenge, right? To help you. Also, if anybody's got any questions in the chat, feel free. I'm just chilling out here on a Sunday. So let's kind of go back here. All right, so there's many ways for you to get into the program, right? So don't let that be a hindrance to you. The next thing is, again, kind of read. You got all this information where you can read it and, what it's all about. The whole program is backed by Electrical Code Academy. And the good news with that is, since we initiated and started the program, you have to have the funding to be able to do a program like the CMECP and not have to charge annuals or renewal fees, or how we can hold those fees. It's basically because we have a corporate funding. Everything is paid for by Electrical Code Academy Incorporated. So when we go through the process, the question was, and I kind of rambling all over, but I want to make sure I answer all the questions that people ask routinely. How do we remove Paul from the equation? Okay, well, here's how we do it. First of all, I have no interaction as far as your units, okay? All I do is I will be a part of the grading. You got to get at least 80%, okay? So that part. Once you get to the proctored exam, it might be me or Brittany or whoever records it, but you don't get the paper. It's all shared on the screen. You only get to write the answers down, and everything is recorded. Both me and you, or Brittany and you, whatever is on the screen, all of it's recorded. Every bit of it's recorded, okay? And we store it here and in the cloud, right? Now, the final stage, what it used to be was it was a 5-on-1 interview. And that's where 5 of the CMECP board members, not including me, unless I was filling the shoes of somebody who couldn't make it. And then we had a proctor process where I could actually be proctor and read the question of one of the CMECP members in the interview process. And they gave me their answer and their question, and that's all I could do. And then I could record your response, and then the CMECP would have to watch it and vote. Well, the problem is it's hard to get busy people, 5 of them, and the candidate all together at the same time. It became a huge challenge. And while I value the CMECP board members, I did not want to constantly have them jumping back and forth and jumping through hoops. Their time is too valuable for that. So I said, what do we do? And so the board presented to me, Jeff presented to me during a meeting we had, which was a board meeting that half was on Zoom and half was in person, those that were able to make it. And it was determined that how do we remove me from the equation? And to move me from the equation was to have the final stage actually be an essay where the actual candidate, now that you've completed it, then you should be proficient on any specific article or section, and you need to write an essay on the lessons. Now, we say it's a 1,000-word essay. I think that or I don't remember what it was, but I think the board is lax on that, as long as it's a structured essay that actually teaches a lesson in the code. And that's what we're after. We're not after you being the best, right? We're not after you being the most wonderful instructor in the world. We want to know that you can take any aspect of the code and write something that actually educates somebody. Whether you're going to explain 210.8, ground fault circuit interrupters, or whether you're going to explain something about appliances, or whether you're going to do motors, it doesn't matter to us, okay? It just needs to be done in an essay, and it needs to be submitted. And here's where I'm out of the equation, okay? Because everybody wants to know, how does Paul get out of the equation? I'm not the one that's grading these. The same CMECP members that volunteered, they're the ones that are going to read the essays. And they're the ones that are going to come back with a thumbs up or thumbs down. And of the 5, you need to have 3 thumbs up. Okay, so here's the criteria. If you do an essay and it's just really poor, I mean, it's bad. You didn't put any effort into it. You didn't teach anybody anything. Trust me, these are experts. They can tell whether you just cut and paste something, right? They can tell. So you got to put some effort into it. And that's the final stage. And I am totally removed from it. And then if you get past that stage, guess what? You're a CMECP. You get to use that mark right there. That's a neon mark. You get to use it after your name, any of your publications, any of your advertising, how you share yourself on social media. And if anybody says something to you like, anybody can get it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You ready? And hopefully I don't offend people. All of you out there that say that the CMECP doesn't mean anything, you're full of shit. Sorry. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody. I know it's Sunday and all. You are. Anybody that can say something negative about the CMECP program have never been in it. They don't know anything about it. They probably don't have the ability to pass it themselves. And so it's so much easier to say things about it. In fact, I'll put people to a challenge. If you want to join the CMECP program, you pay. Let me know up front that you're simply doing it to test the program. And then at the end, I'll give you your money back. If you don't think you've learned something, you don't think something challenged you, then I'll give you your money back. Because we are not in this for the money. Okay? We are in this to create better electricians. And so I do get tired of people that judge stuff and they have no idea what it's about. And they sit and run around the internet and post negative stuff. And I'm sure the little twerp that's on here that always gives me that 1 thumbs down for every video, I'm sure he's here, you know. And it's funny, I do thousands of videos and it's that one guy who gives a thumbs down, and he knows I know who it is, and I let him do it because I know that thumbs downs don't get shared anyway, so who cares? Here's my deal. I feel like I've got control of their life because they always watch my videos. In fact, that same little twerp is always trying to subscribe on all my channels. And I see it, and he's blocked on most of them. But anyway, I leave him on the YouTube so he can watch those videos. Okay, so at least he can learn something. Okay, and we're okay with that. But it's people like that who probably could not make it through the CMECP program. They probably could not make it. And that's why it's so much easier to lash out, because they probably couldn't make it through it. It's not easy. I get it. But nothing worthwhile is easy. Let's see here. Michael's got a question. He says, writing a new test. Questions, how does the process cost to apply and take? So the cost of the fast tracks of the CMECP program, I'll show you the costs. So here's the program, here's the application. So here's the cost. So you have a $150 application fee, right? Now that fee is for us to do their checks, to verify the licenses, to pay for it. It also covers the proctored exam when you get there, okay? And the time of everything along the way, the grading, it covers everything for that part of it, okay? Takes care of that. Next, the next fee you have is right here, the program, the course, $250. Of course, if anybody knows, that's a substantial discount from the Fast Tracks program. Okay, the Fast Tracks is $425. This is $250. So the goal was to keep the price down and pay for our LMS fees and all the stuff that we have to in there. Trust me, we don't make as much on a course as you think because we use third party. Now, if we hosted our programs ourselves, like the Fast Tracks and all the other, if we hosted those on our own server, then we could dramatically reduce the cost. But we like to, for the CMECP program in particular, we like the fact that it's hosted on a third party. That way, all of the testing, all of the data, all of it is backed up and hosted on a third party. And that is actually part of our bylaws for the CMECP program. So with that, we have to recover those fees. We have to recover all of that, right? And so that's why it's $250 for the program and $150 for the application fee. And that's it, okay? It's still cheaper than the Fast Tracks program. Really, it is. So that's the whole fee process, Michael. That's it. That's the only costs that are associated. Unlike others where they're going to hit you with a bunch of other money and all this, you're going to learn the code, you're going to be tested on the code, and you're going to be challenged along the way. All of those things are going to test you in this program, and that's it. There's no additional fees that are involved with that. Okay. Now here's our recertification right here. Every 2 years, it's $150 to recertify. We have not initiated that. Okay. That has not been initiated. And again, we have no plans to initiate it at this time. So, but could we at some point? Well, sure. At some point, we probably have to start doing our renewals. But right now, COVID is kind of allowed us to do that. And now that COVID is gone, we're still allowed. There's certain programs we can still continue to do like that. The renewal over at the Fast Tracks, that had to go away because COVID ended and the LMS thing had to go away. But the CMECP is a totally different deal. It's funded by Electrical Code Academy, direct funding to this program. So we have not had to initiate any license certification renewals. Okay. So, and I don't have any, there's nothing that I see on the slate to change that at this point. Right. So, but at some point we may have to have the renewal. And again, it's $150 every 2 years to maintain your CMECP status. Right. Okay. Yeah. So if there's no other questions, I'll let y'all get back to your Sunday. I just wanted to, bring it up and kind of let y'all know what we have going on. You're going to see some more of these kind of chill, laid back CMECP corner things in the future, where I keep you updated. I'm going to do my best to keep you updated on the CMECP program. But I guess one of the things I'll say for end summary, okay, this is where people start tuning out. End summary. The final stage has changed, and it is now an essay format. So, and I wouldn't let that freak anybody out. Basically, that's just write us an essay on any specific article or section of the NEC that you feel that you have a special command of, right? Maybe you feel really confident about 210.8. Maybe you feel really comfortable about, 210.52 and receptacles and spacing and things like that. Whatever you feel comfortable about, that's just write the essay on that. Okay. So that's the kind of the thing. Okay. All right, so choose this. We got the hats, man. We got the jackets, man. We got the new neon sign. Okay. We have, gosh, we have the trademarks. We have everything ready to help you succeed. We have the training course. We have everything that can help you stand out. Now, how you market it, how you portray your success, all of those things, it's totally up to you. Okay, and how you do it. Okay. Also, I will tell you, in future CMECP corners, as I promised back months ago when we were launching the new studio, and as you can see, we're kind of a different little look than we normally do. We're going to be doing some other CMECP corner stuff, marketing tips, training, things like that to help people in your business. Because again, at the end of the day, CMECPs are professionals. They're the leaders of their company. They're the leaders in a company that, make sure everybody else learns and stands in line. That's what a CMECP is all about. And that's all we want. Okay. That's really all we want in a program is the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Anybody else? Not interested. Okay. At all. All right. All right, folks. I don't know. How do y'all like the neon sign? Okay. Pretty cool. I made that, by the way. I'm still a little handy, right? People say Paul can't do anymore, but I'm a little handy. Created that. So got a neat little remote here that changes the colors. I'll show y'all while I'm at it here. So let's see here. Now you can't see it. It doesn't show up really well on screen, all these colors. But that's really a purple, but it just doesn't show up really well on screen. And that is a kind of a magenta. So anyway, that is cool too. So anyway, maybe we'll do some chill evenings with the lights down, right? Have some music playing in the background. I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you all. If you have any questions whatsoever about the CMECP program, what it can mean for you, that type of thing, don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you go to the website, and I'll show you real quick on the website where you can go. Here at the bottom, if you want to reach out to us and you have any questions, you can always go here and reach out to us. Here it says contact, click contact. Right here, a simple, easy form. You don't have to worry about emails. You just go right here on the website and fill out the information right there. It comes right to me, and we will answer any question you may have on the CMECP program. Okay, fairly simple. Okay, and again, for those out there that are going to be the haters on the program, chances are you probably couldn't make it through it anyway. So it's probably a good idea that you talk your smack. Because chances are, if you did join the program and you were a hater, okay, then guess what? It probably would expose you as a hater, all right? And it probably expose the fact that you don't know what you think you know. It's okay for our CMECPs to struggle, okay? But people out there that talk smack about the program, I invite you to come in, okay? I'll invite you to join, and let's just see. And you're going to expose yourself because I want to know who you are. So you can't do it anonymously. I invite you, come on into the CMECP program. If you want to test the waters, you're one of those haters on one of those other forums, and you want to join it, hey, put your money where your mouth is, okay? I'm that tough about the challenge. Pay your money, pay the program, go through the program, don't cheat. I'm going to see your scores. I'm going to see how you do, and let's see if you can do it. See if you can get it done in 6 months. See how you do on the proctored exam. See how you do on the essay. Put it to the test. Put your money where your mouth is. You want to talk smack about a program that we created to try to elevate this industry. How can you talk negative about a program that is designed to elevate our trade? To elevate you. To give you something that helps you stand out. Okay? You might say, I don't need that for everybody to know how good I am. That's fine. That's why you're hiding around on a message board. I get it. But when you're out there in the public, you need to be able to convey who you are. You need to be able to convey that you've achieved something, that you worked for something. That's what this is about. That's what it's about. It's to elevate your game. Not only that, I think for some people that have told us, it's to test yourself, test your skills, see what you know. And I think life is short. I can tell you that at 50 some years old, and the challenges that I've been through, and you can say, oh, you've never been through some challenges. You folks have no idea the challenges that I've been through, especially dealing with somebody like a family member that is abusive, and things that we've had to do through the years in growing my business and challenges. That, it's funny how when I go out and teach people, there's always this haters, and Michael will say you got to let it go, and I for the most part do. It's still troublesome that today that people will go out of their way to say smack about stuff that they know nothing about, just to pound their chest. When I talk about something on a message board, or I give somebody a correction to a code violation, I always give a code reference. And I never do it in a way that I'm trying to be mean or hateful. I do it in a way to educate. And that's it. That's all I care about. That's the only reason I'm on any forum. I certainly don't go there for the social value. Trust me, I don't. When I'm on a board or I'm somewhere on a social media, I'm trying to teach. And that's my mission in life, is to teach and raise better electricians. And that was what I had in mind when I conceived the CMECP. And if you think about it, we had to go through quite a bit to get these trademarks, right? Okay. We've had to go through quite a bit to get all of this stuff and develop a program that helps to elevate folks in their game. So, we've been through quite a bit in order to develop the CMECP program. So I'm proud of it. And I think that anybody that goes through the program should be proud as well that you've actually achieved something, because that's what the CMECP program is all about. So I always look at, haters are, again, it is what it is. They usually hate themselves, or they just couldn't pass anyway, so they just got something smack to say. But they never, first thing you should always say to them is, put your money where your mouth is. Okay? There's the program. Very easy to get into it. Don't talk about something you don't know. How about you get into it? And I've made the challenge. If you're one of those and you get into it, I'll give your money back if you get through the end of it and you want to talk smack about it. But you know what? Put your money where your mouth is. Okay? Now, those that get into the program that really want to achieve something out of it, those people are genuine and they want to go through the program. And those are the CMECPs we're looking for. Okay? What Not R. Kelly says, when are we going fishing? Well, whenever you come on out to Texas. Come on out. We'll go fishing. I got a boat. It's up at Lake Fork. But we can go up to Lake Fork and go fishing. I definitely can. That can happen. Most certainly. I haven't actually been fishing in over a year. So it's probably, and I suck anyway. My wife is a much better fisherman than I am. But anytime, come on out here to McKinney, Texas, schedule a trip, and we'll go fishing. Definitely. So anyway, folks, that's all I've really got to share with you on the program. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Other than that, I'm going to let you go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm working as always. Got things to do. So till next time, folks, stay safe. God bless. And if you're interested in the CMECP program, CMECP program, go to cmecp.org, right, as you see on the screen. And I will be more than happy. Let me put it back on the screen so you can see it. Right there. Go to cmecp.org and read about it a little bit. See what it does, and then stop for a second and think to yourself, how could I market this? How could I stand out? Business cards, vehicle lettering, hats, shirts, put our seal on your shirt. Think about it. How could I stand out amongst the crowd in an area where the competition can be tough, especially today? It's getting tougher and tougher. Prices are getting higher and higher. How do you stand out? We haven't raised the price on the program, so we're not doing any price increase or anything like that. None of that's going to take place for the CMECP program. It's same as it was back when it started, and we're keeping it that way. So that's where we're at with it, folks. So anyway, I appreciate everybody that's joined us. Again, that's probably the 5th time I said I'm going. But if you have any questions, you can put them in there. I'll try to answer them. Other than that, check out our website, cmecp.org. Okay. Oh, also, quick shout out. Again, that was my 7th time. Fast Tracks Tube is ready. Not all of the videos there. They're still being uploaded, but we are ready and people are signing up for Fast Tracks Tube. The annual membership is $125, but we are doing a $25 off special for the annual membership. And the special coupon code is 25 off, all capitals, 25 OFF, 25 off. That is the coupon code to get you $25 off the annual membership. Only available if you go over to fasttrackstube.com and sign up there. Okay, then you have the coupon code, put 25 OFF, all caps, in the coupon code, and you get $25. So you're getting basically $100 for the annual. You get access to the videos. You'll also get access to the Wednesday night sessions. If you want to come to us and join us on a Wednesday night, you get all that access as well. And for everybody that's over on Electrical Code Academy that is notice that the monthly membership is going away at the end of your renewal period. You still have access, but it's going away. Annual members and Fast Tracks Plus members, you will get information on how we're going to move you over to the new website for your annual membership part of it. Okay, don't worry. We're going to get you instructions for that. Okay. Now, if you happen to sign up over on Electrical Code Academy for the annual, that's still $125. So the discount only works over on fasttrackstube.com. Okay, that's the trick. You got to do it over on Fast Tracks Tube. Okay. All right. So that's it for the 15th time or whatever the heck it is. All right, everybody, stay safe. God bless. And we'll catch you on another upcoming stream. Take care.